Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to talk about how to play and learn music by ear. If this is your first time seeing me and you haven't already subscribed or seen my other videos, my name is Nate and I like to help people in their journeys to become better musicians. That's what I do here, so now you know. I'm gonna share 4 tips with you guys today about how to learn and play by ear. So that's what we're gonna be talking about. But if you stick around to the end of the video, I do have one bonus tip to throw in at the end there. So yeah, let's dive into this right now. So tip number 1 is simply to try again. Yes, persistence. You gotta be persistent. And there is great power in the simple act of repetition. Day after day, week after week, month after month. You'll get better at this skill. So all those things basically boils down to just trying and failing and messing up and trying again. So if you love music, you know, that will be worth it because you may mess up, but you'll be motivated to do it better next time. My next tip is another kind of general one, but this is basically to listen to music and play along. Right? It sounds kind of obvious. It is obvious, you know. But it's still worth saying, in my opinion. Just play music, listen to whatever you like to listen to. You know, music is music. Doesn't have to be jazz or classical, or, you know, it could be rock or pop or blues or funk or whatever. Whatever you're into, play that, listen to it, and play along, you know? So, my next tip was something I found in my research for this video, and it's actually a great tip. And yeah, just this one is called Guess the Melody. Just guess it. So, but it should be a song you already know. So take a song you know, that you know the melody to, and you can start on any key of the keyboard or any fret of the guitar or whatever you play, and just play a note. It could be just whatever note you play. That's, you know, or maybe you'll guess the first note of the melody in the key it's in. Doesn't matter. You play a note and then you try and figure out the rest of the notes of the melody just by your ear. Now this approach is sort of a guessing game. We could call it a guessing game or trial and error. So, you know, you'll play a note and you'll try looking for that other note. I do this on piano all the time when I hear something cool, you know. It could be the first time I'm hearing it and I say, oh, I gotta play that. I go test it out. Or it could be just something I've known but I've never tried playing, so I'll sit down and I'll just plunk it out, you know. That's not how I play, but you know, just see what notes work, and it may take a while, but the more you do that, you'll get better at it, and you know, just practice. So yeah, if this video is helpful to you guys and you're getting value out of it, you know, hit that like button and tell me in the comments what you're thinking about all this, and I hope it is some valuable information for you in your journey as a musician. That's what I'm here for, to help you out, to give you tips, advice, and some educational content for you, and I really hope it helps. So yeah, moving on to tip number 4. Now, if you're on tip number 4 only really applies if you're on an instrument that can do a harmony. Well, if you're on something that can't do a harmony, you could kind of harmonize, just not play notes simultaneously, but you could do a harmony like a moment later. But anyways, especially if you're on piano or guitar or even bass where you can get a few harmonies, like in the left hand on piano when you're playing that melody, and lots of you guys should do piano, by the way, even if you don't, even if your main instrument is something else, it's good to know some piano. It's sort of like the Latin of music. So yeah, if you're on piano, try to pick out some harmonies once you get that melody down. From tip number 3, try and pick out some harmonies, and even if you don't know the chords in the key, or if you do, you could try out some of the chords in the key, but even if you don't, just pick out harmonies and see what works. And again, just like the song doesn't have to be in the original key, harmony can change too, there's not one definite, there's the original version of the song, but then people can add new chords or subtract or do reharmonizations and stuff, so that's really fascinating. So again, the harmony is not set in stone either. It doesn't have to be exactly like the original. In fact, that can be interesting. You probably should know the original, but you can bring some unique flavor to it by experimenting with the harmony. Literally same concept from tip number 3. Just try out different notes and see what works with the melody. And your ear will tell you if it's right or not, So let's get to the bonus tip now. My one bonus tip that I thought of, since you're on YouTube. If you listen to your music on YouTube, I don't know if they do this on Spotify or other platforms. They probably do. But on YouTube, there's a playback speed button. You hit the settings, that little gear icon when you're watching a video on desktop, hit settings, and then there's a playback speed thing, and you can change the playback speed. It's automatically set to 1, but you could change it to 0.75, so 75% slower, or half speed, or a quarter speed, or you could speed it up to like 1.25, 1.5. So when you're playing along, you can practice your tempos, and you can slow it down to learn it better. It's always good to learn things slower. Most musicians are... there's big consensus on that. All teachers know, all players know that the way you learn things is you slow it down. So do practice when you're doing tip number 2, when you're playing along, try slowing down the song, and then once you get comfortable with that, do it normal speed and do it at faster speeds so you're even more comfortable with it. So that is that bonus tip as promised. Now, this video was sort of a follow-up video because I have another video where I actually played along to some music just to demonstrate my process of a little bit of how I learned by ear. That was a live stream. You can check out this video. It will be at the end here. You can go ahead and click through to that if you want to keep learning about this and see a little bit of how I do it at the piano. So thanks so much for being here with me today. I hope you guys are getting some value out of this. I really enjoy being able to share my knowledge and be a facilitator for your learning in your musical journey. And just keep at it, be persistent and be consistent, and have fun out there practicing, all right? Thanks so much as always, and take care.